أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين.
In this lecture, we will be studying غير منصرف Asma. Previously, we studied that there is a category of Asma in Arabic grammar, or there is a group of Asma in Arabic grammar that do not accept tanween, meaning that this group will not accept double pesh, double zabar, or double zair, and they do not accept zair or kasra. This group or these asma are called غير منصرف asma or non-munsarif asma. غير منصرف asma can include feminine names, and this is one of the categories that are included in this group. There are, however, several other groups in this category as well. To summarize, the definition of a غير منصرف ism or a non-munsarif ism is that it will, number one, not accept tanween. It will not accept double pesh, double zabar, or double zair, and it will not accept zair or kasra. Another rule for غير منصرف asma is that غير منصرف asma are either singular or they are broken plural, that is non-sound based plural asma. So the asma that are included in the category of غير منصرف asma will be either singular or broken plural, meaning that every time we come across a singular ism or a broken plural ism, there is a chance that that ism can be a غير منصرف ism. Only singular or broken plural asma can be used as غير منصرف asma. Let us start with the category of feminine names. In this group, we have the example of the name Maryam. So the three forms of Maryam will be Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. This tells us that feminine names are examples of غير منصرف asma. They are غير منصرف because they do not accept tanween. We are saying Maryamu rather than Maryamun. And secondly, feminine names are غير منصرف because they do not accept zair. So in the jar status, rather than saying Maryami, we are saying Maryama. So the three forms of the feminine name Maryam are Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. For the name Fatima, we have Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. For the name Zainab, we have Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba. And for the name Aisha, we have Aishatu, Aishata, Aishata. We can conclude that feminine names are one of the categories of غير منصرف asma. The second category of غير منصرف asma is masculine names that end in the goal ta. Let us look at examples of masculine names that end in the goal ta or that end in the round ta. The first example that we have is of the name Usama. We can say that Usama is pious. In Arabic, we will say Usamatu Salihun. The name Usama here has the goal ta at the end, and because it has the goal ta at the end and it is a masculine name ending with the goal ta, this will be used as a غير منصرف ism, meaning that we will not be adding a double pesh or tanween at the end of the ism. So we will not be saying Usamatun Salihun, rather we will say Usamatu Salihun. Please note that at the end of Salihun, we are using the double pesh at the end of the ism because Salihun is not a ghair munsarif ism. The next example, Talha is tall. The name Talha is also masculine and it ends with the gol ta. So instead of saying Talhatun, we are saying Talhatu tawilun. The third example, Hamza is hardworking. In Arabic, we will say Hamzatu mujtahidun. So Osama, Talha, Hamza, these are all masculine names and they all end with the gol ta or round ta. So we will use them in Arabic as ghair munsarif asma and we will say Osamatu, Talhatu, Hamzatu. So the categories of ghair munsarif asma are number 1, feminine names such as Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Number 2, masculine names ending in the gol ta such as Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata. And the third group is masculine names that end with alif and noon. Masculine names ending in alif and noon will have the following examples. The first example that we have is Adnan is pious. The name Adnan is an example of a ghair munsarif ism because it is a masculine name that ends with alif and noon. So instead of saying Adnanun, we will say Adnanu. Adnan is pious becomes Adnanu Salihun. Again, the ism Salihun is not a ghair munsarif ism, therefore it is okay to use a double pesh at the end of Salihun. The three forms of Adnan will be Adnanu, Adnana and Adnana. Because the ism Adnan is ghair munsarif, in the jar status it will not accept zair and instead of Adnani we will say Adnana. The next example is Salman is a teacher. Again, Salman is a masculine name that ends with alif and noon. So we will say Salmanu muallimun. And the three forms of Salman will be Salmanu, Salmana, Salmana. Irfan is a student. It will become Irfanu talibun. The three forms of the ism Irfan will be Irfanu, Irfana, Irfana. So the list of ghair munsarif asma that we have includes feminine names such as Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Masculine names ending in the round ta or the gol ta such as Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata. Masculine names that end with alif and noon such as Salmanu, Salmana, Salmana. And the next category is the names of angels. The names of angels are included in the category of ghair munsarif asma. For example, if we say Jibril alayhi salam is an angel, in Arabic we will say Jibrilu malakun. We will not say Jibrilun because Jibril is the name of an angel and therefore it is included in the list of ghair munsarif asma. The three forms of Jibril will be Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. Jibril alayhi salam and Mikal alayhi salam are angels. We will say Jibrilu wa Mikalu malakani. Malakani indicates dual number and it indicates rafa status because of the ani ending sound. In the case of Mikal, we are saying Mikalu rather than Mikalun because Mikal is the name of an angel and therefore Mikal will also be ghair munsarif. The three forms of Mikal are Mikalu, Mikala, Mikala. Jibril alayhi salam, Mikal alayhi salam, Harut alayhi salam and Marut alayhi salam are angels. we will say Jibrilu wa Mikalu wa Harutu wa Marutu malaikatun. Harut and Marut are also names of angels, and therefore they are ghair munsarif. So we will say Harutu rather than Harutun, and we will say Marutu rather than Marutun. The three forms of Harut are Harutu, Haruta, Haruta, and the three forms of Marut are Marutu, Maruta, Maruta. The names of angels are also used in the Holy Quran as ghair munsarif asma. For example, in Surah number 2, Ayah 98, Jibril alayhi salam and Mikal alayhi salam are referred to as Jibrila wa Mikala. And in Surah number 2, Ayah 102, Harut alayhi salam and Marut alayhi salam are referred to as Haruta wa Maruta. So far, we have the following categories of ghair munsarif asma. First of all, we have feminine names such as Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. We have masculine names ending in golta such as Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata. Masculine names ending in alif and noon such as Salmanu, Salmana, Salmana. The names of angels such as Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. And the fifth category is the names of cities and countries. The names of cities and countries are also included in the list of ghair munsarif asma. For example, if we want to say Makkah is a city, we will say Makkatu Madinatun. Madina literally means city. The three forms of Makkah will be Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. So if we want to say Makkah is a city, we will say Makkatu Madinatun. Rather than saying Makkatun Madinatun, we will use Makkatu because Makkah is the name of a city, and because it is the name of a city, it will be included in the list of ghair munsarif asma. Our list of ghair munsarif asma includes feminine names such as Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba. Masculine names ending in golta such as Talhatu, Talhata, Talhata. Masculine names ending in alif and noon such as Salmanu, Salmana, Salmana. The names of angels such as Mikalu, Mikala, Mikala. The names of cities and countries such as Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. And the names of all the prophets except for 6. Regarding the names of the prophets, the rule is that the names of all of the prophets will be ghair munsarif except for the names of 6 prophets. Therefore, 6 prophets will have their names that will not be used as ghair munsarif, and the names of all of the other prophets will be used as ghair munsarif. So let us study these 6 names that are exceptions. The first example is that of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The name of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is used as Muhammadun, Muhammadan, or Muhammadin in the Arabic text. Please pay attention to the double pesh on Muhammadun, the double zabar on Muhammadan, and the double zair on Muhammadin. The presence of double pesh, double zabar, and double zair means that tanween is being used. Therefore, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, and Muhammadin are not examples of ghair munsarif asma. The next example is that of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. In the Quran, in Surah 71, Ayah 26, in reference to Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, the name Nuhun is used. Just like Muhammadun, we have Nuhun. The next name is that of Prophet Hud alayhi salam. In Surah 26, ayah number 124, in reference to Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, we have Hudun, Muhammadun, Nuhun, Hudun. The next example is that of Hazrat Lut alayhi salam. In Surah 37, ayah number 133, in reference to Hazrat Lut alayhi salam, we have Lutan. Again, notice the presence of double zabar on Lutan. So tanween is being used in this case. The next name is that of Hazrat Saleh alayhi salam. In Surah number 26, ayah 142, we have Salihun, Muhammadun, Nuhun, Hudun, Lutan, Salihun. Finally, we have the name of Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam. In Surah 29, ayah number 36, in reference to Hazrat Shuaib alayhi salam, we have Shuaiban. Therefore, we have Muhammadun, Nuhun, Hudun, Lutan, Salihun, Shuaiban. These are all examples of the names of prophets that will not be ghair munsarif. The names of all of the prophets will be ghair munsarif except for the names of 6 prophets. These names are the name of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, Hazrat Lut alayhi salam, Hazrat Saleh alayhi salam, and Hazrat Shuaib alayhi salam. In the case of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we use Muhammadun, Muhammadan, or Muhammadin in the Arabic text. Let us look at examples of the names of prophets that are used as ghair munsarif. The first example is that of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and Hazrat Harun alayhi salam. In the Holy Quran, in Surah 7, ayah number 122, in reference to Hazrat Harun alayhi salam, we see Haruna, meaning that there is no tanween used with the name of Hazrat Harun alayhi salam. Similarly, with the name of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, we again do not see the use of any tanween. This indicates that the names of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and Hazrat Harun alayhi salam are both ghair munsarif. This is in contrast to, for example, the name of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which will be used as Muhammadun, Muhammadan, or Muhammadin. The next example is that of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. In the Quran, in Surah 21, ayah number 69, in reference to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, we see the use of Ibrahima. Therefore, the name of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam is also ghair munsarif. Let us revise the categories of ghair munsarif asma that we have learned so far. First of all, we have feminine names such as Aishatu, Aishata, Aishata. Secondly, masculine names that end with the round ta, such as Usamatu, Usamata, Usamata. Third, masculine names that end with alif and noon, Salmanu, Salmana, Salmana. Number 4, the names of angels, Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. Number 5, the names of cities and countries, Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. Number 6, the names of all the prophets except for 6 prophets, and these 6 prophets are Muhammad, peace be upon him, Nuh alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Lut alayhi salam, Saleh alayhi salam, and Shuaib alayhi salam. The 7th category is that of non-Arabic names. An example of a non-Arabic name is the name William. If the name William is being used in the Arabic text, it will also be used as a ghair munsarif ism. So for the name William, the 3 forms will be Williamu, Williama, Williama. Again, we do not see the use of tanween and we do not see the use of zair. Please recall that ghair munsarif asma will either be wahid or singular, or they will be broken plural asma. So far, all of these categories that we have studied include names of singular asma. The next category that we will study will be that of broken plural ghair munsarif asma. We will now study broken plural asma as ghair munsarif asma. To recap, ghair munsarif asma are either singular or they are broken plural. In this example, we have Ibrahim alayhi salam is a prophet. In Arabic, we will say Ibrahimu Nabiyun. Ibrahimu is a singular ism, and we are saying Ibrahimu rather than Ibrahimun because we studied that the names of all the prophets will be ghair munsarif with the exception of the names of 6 prophets. In the next example, we have Adam alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, and Yunus alayhi salam are prophets. In Arabic, we will say Adamu wa Yusufu wa Yunusu Nabiyuna. This is a correct sentence. Adamu is ghair munsarif, Yusufu is ghair munsarif, and Yunusu is ghair munsarif. Nabiyuna is the plural of Nabi. It is a non-broken plural. Another way to say this sentence will be Adamu wa Yusufu wa Yunusu Anbiya'u. Anbiya is the plural of Nabi as well. The difference between Anbiya and Nabiyuna is that Nabiyuna is a non-broken plural and Anbiya is a broken plural. Here we will notice that we are saying Anbiya'u rather than Anbiya'un. The reason for this is that the ism Anbiya is an example of a ghair munsarif ism. So over here we will not be using tanween. Instead of Anbiya'un, we will say Anbiya'u. We will study broken plural asma as ghair munsarif asma in more detail. An easy way to remember which broken plural will be used as ghair munsarif is to remember the patterns in which they occur. Broken plural ghair munsarif asma can be identified using certain patterns. We will now study these patterns of broken plural asma in order for us to identify them as ghair munsarif asma. The following is the first pattern of broken plural asma that are ghair munsarif. Here we have a certain pattern. The pattern consists of a hamza with a zabar, followed by sukoon, then zair, then zabar, and then alif and hamza together. If we take the ism Anbiya, it fits into this pattern. We will have hamza with a zabar, then noon with sukoon, then ba with zair, then ya with zabar, and alif and hamza at the end. Since the ism Anbiya fits into this pattern, we can conclude that Anbiya will be used as a ghair munsarif ism. And over here we have Anbiya'u. We will not be saying Anbiya'un, rather we will say Anbiya'u. And the 3 forms of Anbiya'u will be Anbiya'u, Anbiya'a, Anbiya'a. On the same pattern as Anbiya, we have the example of Awliya. Ism Awliya will also fit into the same pattern, and that is why Awliya is an example of a ghair munsarif ism, and in the Arabic text it will be used as Awliya'u, Awliya'a, Awliya'a. In this example from the Holy Quran, Surah 45, Ayah 19, awliya is used as awliya'u because it is on the same pattern as anbiya, and anbiya is also used as anbiya'u. Another example is that of the ism aghniya. Ism aghniya will also fit into the same pattern as awliya and anbiya. That is why ism aghniya is also an example of a ghair munsarif ism. So for aghniya, we will say aghniya'u. In the Holy Quran, Surah number 3, Ayah 181, aghniya is used as aghniya'u. The three forms of aghniya will be aghniya'u, aghniya'a, aghniya'a. Anbiya is plural for prophets. Awliya is plural and it means friends. Aghniya is also plural and it is used for the rich. Anbiya, awliya, aghniya, these are all examples of broken plural asma. The following is the second pattern of broken plural asma that are ghair munsarif. In this pattern, we have a pesh on the first alphabet, followed by zabar on the second alphabet, zabar on third alphabet, and finally we have alif and hamza coming together at the end of the ism. As an example, we can look at the following sentence. Zaid, Hamid, and Mahmud are scholars. Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun ulama'u. If we notice here, we are saying Zaidun, Hamidun, Mahmudun because these are not ghair munsarif asma. However, for ulama, we say ulama'u rather than ulama'un, indicating that ism ulama must be ghair munsarif. Ism ulama fits into this second pattern. Ain with a pesh, lam with zabar, mim with zabar, and alif and hamza coming together at the end. Since ulama fits into this pattern, ulama is ghair munsarif. And the three forms of the ism ulama will be ulama'u, ulama'a, ulama'a. Similar to ism ulama, we have several other examples of broken plural asma that will also be ghair munsarif. The reason they will be ghair munsarif is because they are on the same pattern as ism ulama and therefore they fit well into this pattern. For example, juhala, which is plural and it means ignorant people. Ism juhala also fits into this pattern and therefore it is a ghair munsarif ism and we will say juhala'u rather than juhala'un. Tulaba is a broken plural meaning students. Ghuraba is a broken plural meaning strangers. Umara is a broken plural meaning leaders. Fuqara is a broken plural meaning poor people. Shuhada is a broken plural which either means martyrs or witnesses. These are all examples of broken plural asma and they are on the same pattern as ulama. They fit into this pattern and therefore they will all be considered ghair munsarif asma. That is, they will not accept tanween and they will not accept zair. The following is the third pattern of broken plural asma that will be ghair munsarif. On this pattern, we have zabar on the first alphabet, zabar on the second alphabet, then an alif, zair on the alphabet after alif, and a final alphabet. An example of a broken plural ism that fits into this pattern is ism Masajid. Masajid is a broken plural and it means mosques. Ism Masajid will fit into this pattern. We have a meen with a zabar, seen with zabar, alif, then jeem with zair, and a final alphabet that is dal. Ism Masajid is ghair munsarif, and that is why we will say Masajidu rather than Masajidun. The three forms of Ism Masajid will be Masajidu, Masajida, Masajida. In the Holy Quran, Surah number 22, Ayah number 40, we see Masajidu rather than Masajidun. Other examples of broken plural asma that fit this pattern are Madarisu, which means schools, Manaziru, which means views, Mazahibu, which means religions. Madarisu is on the same pattern as Masajidu, Manaziru is on the same pattern as Masajidu, and Mazahibu is on the same pattern as Masajidu, and all of these asma are on this particular pattern. That is why they will be considered ghair munsarif. The fourth pattern that we have is the following. We will have zabar on the first alphabet, followed by zabar on the second alphabet, then an alif, then a zair on the alphabet following alif, then a sukoon on the next alphabet, and a final alphabet. An example of a broken plural ism that fits this pattern is Masaabih. Masaabih is a broken plural which means lamps. Ism Masaabih will fit into this pattern. We have Meem with a zabar, Swat with a zabar, then an alif, then Ba with zair, then Ya with sukoon, and a final alphabet which is Ha. Masaabih, because it fits into this pattern, will be ghair munsarif. In the Holy Quran, Surah 67, Ayah number 5, we have Masaabiha. Other examples of broken plural asma that are on a similar pattern as Masaabiha will be Mafatihu, which means keys, Mawazinu, which means scales. For example, in Surah 101, Ayah 6 of the Quran, we have Mawazinu. Let us apply what we have learned to broken plural asma and see whether or not they are ghair munsarif. In this example, we have the ism kuffar. Kuffar is a broken plural which means disbelievers. We will see if ism kuffar is ghair munsarif or not by looking at whether it fits into any of the four patterns of broken plural asma that we studied. Ism kuffar does not fit into the first pattern because here we have kaf with a pesh on it, and in this pattern it requires you to have a hamza with a zabar on it. So kuffar is not a ghair munsarif ism according to this pattern. Ism kuffar is also not fitting into this pattern because we do not have an alif and hamza at the end of kuffar. Ism kuffar does not fit into the third pattern because we do not have a zabar at the beginning of kuffar, and for the same reason kuffar also does not fit into the fourth pattern. Therefore, ism kuffar does not fit into the pattern of anbiya, it does not fit into the pattern of ulama, and it does not fit into the third and the fourth pattern. Third pattern was that of masajid, fourth pattern was that of masaabih. We can therefore conclude that ism kuffar is not ghair munsarif. In the Holy Quran, Surah number 2, Ayah 161, ism kuffar is used as kuffarun. Here we can clearly see the use of double pesh or tanween on the ism. Our conclusion therefore is that kuffar is not ghair munsarif. The next example that we have is that of Ism Malaika. Malaika is a broken plural and it means angels. Let us see if Ism Malaika fits into any of these patterns. Ism Malaika does not fit into the first pattern because in this pattern we require a Hamza with a Zabar on it as the first alphabet. But that is not the case with Ism Malaika. So Malaika is not on the same pattern as Anbiya. Next, Ism Malaika is also not on the same pattern as Ulama because in this pattern we need a pesh on the alphabet at the beginning, and that is not the case with Ism Malaika. Malaika also does not fit into the third pattern. Although we have Mim with Zabar, Lam with Zabar, Alif, Zair, but on this pattern we only have room for one more alphabet after the Zair. But in the case of Malaika, we have Kaf with Zabar followed by Gol Ta. So Ism Malaika does not fit the pattern of Masajid. Finally, Ism Malaika also does not fit into the fourth pattern because towards the end after Zair we have the presence of Sukoon here, and if we apply that to Malaika, on Kaf we have Zabar and there is no Sukoon here. So Ism Malaika does not fit the pattern of Masaabih. Therefore we can conclude that Ism Malaika is not Ghair Munsarif and it will be used as Malaikatun. The presence of Tanween at the end indicates that Ism Malaika is not Ghair Munsarif. Another example is that of Ism Asatiza. Asatiza is a broken plural and it means teachers. If we analyze this ism, we will also conclude that Asatiza is not on the same pattern as Anbiya, Ulama, Masajid or Masaabih. Therefore, Ism Asatiza is also not Ghair Munsarif and it will be used as Asatizatun. If we analyze the Ism Shurafa, we can easily see that Ism Shurafa fits into the second pattern of broken plural Asma that will be Ghair Munsarif. Shurafa is on the same pattern as Ism Ulama. We have Sheen with pesh on it, Ra with Zabar, Fa with Zabar, and an Alif and Hamza coming together at the end of the Ism. Because Ism Shurafa fits this picture or this pattern, we can conclude that Ism Shurafa is Ghair Munsarif and it will be used as Shurafa'u. Ism Shurafa is a broken plural and it means honorable people. We will return to our list of categories of Ghair Munsarif Asma. Number 1, feminine names. Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Masculine names ending in the round ta. Usamatu, Usamata, Usamata. Masculine names ending in alif and noon. Irfanu, Irfana, Irfana. The names of angels. Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. The names of cities and countries. Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. The names of all of the prophets except for 6. And these 6 prophets are Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, Hazrat Lut alayhi salam, Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, Hazrat Saleh alayhi salam, and Hazrat Shoaib alayhi salam. Non-Arabic names such as Williamu, Williama, Williama. Broken plural Ghair Munsarif Asma that are on the patterns of Anbiya, Ulama, Masajid, Masaabih. The next category is that of Ghair Munsarif Adjectives or Sifat. Let us look at sifat or adjectives that are ghair munsarif. We studied previously that the names of basic colors will be included in the category of sifat. These colors are as follows. Azrak, which means blue. Ahmar is used for red. Abyad is used for white. Aswad is used for black. Akhzar is used for green. Asfar is used for yellow. The names of these basic colors will also be ghair munsarif. For example, for black or aswad, when we are using it in the Arabic text, we will say aswadu rather than aswadun. Similarly, for red, we will say ahmaru rather than ahmarun. For yellow, we will say asfaru rather than asfarun, and so on. To recap, the names of basic colors are included within the category of sifat, and the names of these basic colors will be ghair munsarif. We studied previously that sifat will also have comparative and superlative degrees. For example, for big, which is a sifat or adjective, the comparative degree is bigger and the superlative degree is biggest. Similarly, for great, which is an adjective or a sifat, the comparative degree is greater and the superlative degree is greatest. Similarly, for small, the comparative degree is smaller, superlative degree is smallest. The rule regarding ghair munsarif asma with comparative and superlative degree of adjectives is that the comparative and superlative degree of adjectives will be ghair munsarif. Let us look at the example of kabir. Kabir means big or great, and in the Arabic text it will be used as kabirun. So this is not ghair munsarif because we are using tanween here. However, the comparative degree of kabir is akbar and the superlative degree of kabir is also akbar. Akbar can mean bigger or greater, and akbar can also mean biggest or greatest. When akbar is used in the Arabic text, it will be used as akbaru rather than akbarun. So even though kabir is being used as kabirun, the comparative and the superlative degree will be akbaru. Kabira is the feminine version for big or great, and it will be used as kabiratun. However, the comparative and superlative degree will be ghair munsarif. For small, which means saghir, if it is used in the Arabic text, it will be used as saghirun because saghirun is not ghair munsarif. However, its comparative and superlative degree, which is asghar, will be used as ghair munsarif, and we will say asgharu rather than asgharun. So saghir means small, asghar is smaller or smallest. Saghir will be used as saghirun, but its comparative and superlative degree, which is asghar, will be used as asgharu, asgharu. Let us study the use of comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives as ghair munsarif asma. We have our table for reference. The first example is that from the Holy Quran, Surah number 40, Ayah 57, where we see the use of akbaru. Akbaru is comparative or superlative degree of kabir. Kabir means great. Akbar means greater or greatest. In this ayah, akbaru is used for greater. We see that akbaru is ghair munsarif because it does not have the tanween on it. It is not used as akbarun, rather it is used as akbaru. In comparison, Surah 11, ayah number 11, we see the use of kabirun. Kabir means great. Kabir is a sifat or adjective. It will not be ghair munsarif, and that is why we have the use of tanween. In the ayah, we have ajrun kabirun, which means a great reward. So, to summarize, the adjective is kabir and it is used as kabirun. However, its comparative or superlative degree will be akbar, and akbar will be used as a ghair munsarif ism because it is a comparative or superlative degree of the adjective kabir. For kabir, we will use kabirun. For akbar, we will use akbaru. In another example, in Surah 34, ayah number 3, we see the use of asgharu. Asgharu is used for smaller. In our table, asgharu is used for comparative or superlative degree. It can mean smaller or smallest. The adjective for asgharu is saghir, and saghir is an adjective. It is not a comparative or superlative degree, so it will be used as saghirun. However, its comparative or superlative degree will be ghair munsarif and it will be used as asgharu. In Surah number 18, ayah number 49, we have saghiratan and kabiratan. Saghiratan means small, kabiratan means great. Because saghiratan and kabiratan are examples of adjectives, they are not superlative or comparative degrees, therefore they are not ghair munsarif and they will be used with tanween. Their corresponding comparative and superlative degrees will be ghair munsarif. The next group of adjectives or sifat that will be used as a ghair munsarif will include most adjectives on the pattern of fa'alan. So we have to remember this, that most adjectives or sifat on the pattern of fa'alan will be ghair munsarif. Let us look at some examples. The first example is that of jaw'an. Jaw'an means excessive hunger. Jaw'an is a sifat and it is on the same pattern as fa'alan, therefore it will be ghair munsarif. So if we want to use jaw'an in a sentence or in the Arabic text, we will say jaw'anu rather than jaw'anun. The next example is that of atshan. Atshan is also on the same pattern as jaw'an and on the same pattern as fa'alan. Atshan means excessive thirst. Atshan is a sifat, and atshan being on the same pattern as fa'alan will be ghair munsarif. That is why we will say atshanu rather than atshanun. Finally, ghazban, which means excessive anger. Ghazban is also on the same pattern as fa'alan. Ghazban is a sifat and it will also be used as a ghair munsarif ism. Jaw'anu, atshanu, ghazbanu. Let us recap our list of ghair munsarif asma. Ghair munsarif asma will have the following categories. Number 1, feminine names. Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Masculine names ending in the round ta. Usamatu, Usamata, Usamata. Masculine names that end in alif and noon. Irfanu, Irfana, Irfana. The names of angels. Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. The names of cities and countries. Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. The names of all of the prophets except for 6 prophets, and these 6 prophets are Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, Hazrat Lut alayhi salam, Hazrat Saleh alayhi salam, and Hazrat Shoaib alayhi salam. Non-Arabic names: Williamu, Williama, Williama. Broken plural ghair munsarif asma. And we studied 4 patterns in this category. These are asma on the pattern of anbiya or ulama or masajid or masaabih. Ghair munsarif adjectives or sifat. These include the names of basic colors, comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives, and most adjectives on the pattern of falan, such as jawan, atshan, and ghazban. Finally, we have a miscellaneous category of ghair munsarif asma. First of all, Iblis is a ghair munsarif ism. In the Holy Quran, the name Iblis is used as Iblisu. Second, Fir'aun is also ghair munsarif. And in the Holy Quran, Surah 7, ayah number 123, Fir'aun is referred to as Fir'aunu. Third, Qarun. Qarun is also ghair munsarif and is referred to as Qarunu in the Holy Quran. Next, Jahannam, which is hell. It has been referred to as Jahannamu, indicating that it is used as a ghair munsarif ism. Finally, the name Umar is also ghair munsarif and will be referred to as Umaru. There are some exceptional rules for ghair munsarif asma that we need to know. The rules that we have studied so far is that ghair munsarif asma do not accept tanween, meaning they do not accept double pesh, double zabar, or double zair. And they do not accept zair. They do not accept kasra. The other rule is that ghair munsarif asma will either be singular or they will be broken plural. The first exception is that ghair munsarif asma can accept zair or kasra in the jar form, which is the third form of ism, when al is added to them. Again, ghair munsarif asma can accept zair in the third form of the ism or in the jar form when al is added to them. Let us look at an example. We studied that ism Masajid is ghair munsarif. Because it is ghair munsarif, for ism Masajid, we have Masajidu in the first form, Masajida in the second form, Masajida in the third form. Here we have Masajida because we studied that ghair munsarif asma do not accept zair. However, if we add al to Masajid, we have al-masajidu, al-masajida in the second form or nasab form, and al-masajidi in the jar or third form. So in the third form of ism or jar form, masajida will not accept zair, but if we add al to it, it becomes al-masajidi, indicating that it can accept the zair. There are examples from the Holy Quran too. Al-Aswadi is used in Surah number 2, ayah number 187, and Al-Masajidi is also mentioned in the same ayah. The second exception is that ghair munsarif asma will accept zair or kasra when they are part of a particular murakkab or phrase. Inshallah, we will be covering this in the later sections, but for reference, that particular phrase is called murakkab-e izafi. Let us do some practice of ghair munsarif asma, and for the following asma, we will identify the rafa, nasab and jar status. Ibrahim, Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. Zainab, Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba. Usama, Usamatu, Usamata, Usamata. Usman, Usmanu, Usmana, Usmana. Pakistan, Pakistanu, Pakistana, Pakistana. Jibril, Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. Adam, Adamu, Adama, Adama. Ishaq, Ishaqu, Ishaqa, Ishaqa. Yaqub, Yaqubu, Yaquba, Yaquba. Aisha, Aishatu, Aishata, Aishata. Maryam, Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. Talha, Talhatu, Talhata, Talhata. Adnan, Adnanu, Adnana, Adnana. Misr, Misru, Misra, Misra. Harut, Harutu, Haruta, Haruta. Let us revise Ghair Munsarif Asma. We studied that Ghair Munsarif Asma will have several categories. These include: number 1, feminine names, Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. Next, masculine names ending in the round ta, Talhatu, Talhata, Talhata. Next, masculine names ending in alif and noon, Adnanu, Adnana, Adnana. The names of angels will also be Ghair Munsarif. Jibrilu, Jibrila, Jibrila. The names of cities and countries will be Ghair Munsarif. Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. The names of all of the prophets except for 6 prophets: Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. And the 6 prophets that will not be Ghair Munsarif are Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, Hazrat Lut alayhi salam, Hazrat Saleh alayhi salam, and Hazrat Shoaib alayhi salam. Non-Arabic names will be Ghair Munsarif: Williamu, Williama, Williama. Broken plural Asma, some of them will also be Ghair Munsarif, and the ones that will be Ghair Munsarif will be on these patterns. These patterns are on the same pattern as Anbiya, Ulama, Masajid, Mafatih. Ghair Munsarif adjectives. These will include the names of basic colors such as Aswadu, comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives such as Akbaru, and most adjectives on the pattern of Fa'alan such as Jaw'an, which will be read as Jaw'anu. Finally, there is a miscellaneous category that includes the name Iblis, which will be read as Iblisu, Fir'aunu, Qarunu, Jahannamu, and Umaru.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.